it's Rosie, which means it's Wednesday. I hope you guys are feeling fantastic. This week on JBK, we are continuing a ongoing story. So if you haven't already, go and check out Ploy's video and then Hitoshi's video to see how the story's gone so far. And I'm going to be continuing it. So here we go. So right now, the Dark Lord and Mark are standing in limbo between the Cloud World and the Fantasy World. The Dark Lord pulls out an hourglass and turns it upside down. He says that Mark has to find 3 items before all the sand has gotten to the bottom. If he can find these items, he will be transported to his chosen destination. But if he can't, he will be subjected to be the Dark Lord's slave for eternity. No, you know what? It's getting a little bit too serious now, okay? It's like making my brain delirious. So instead, I think the Dark Lord subjected Mark to an eternity of dancing non-stop to Justin Bieber. The first item is a steel rose. The second item is a ukulele. And the third item is unknown. Okay? I mean, Jesus, you know, I've already given him 2. He has to figure the last one out for himself. So by the end of this conversation, the Dark Lord is looking all, you know, like smug. And Mark is all like, hello, like, how the freak am I gonna find all these things? Like, hello, I'm only like a boy, you know? I'm only like going through puberty. And the Dark Lord's all like, okay, I guess I'll help you out. Here is a magical watch, and basically the watch is a compass. Okay, I'll give you a compass and, you know, maybe 2 for 1. It's also a magical teleporting watch that takes you to the destination of where that chosen item is. There you go. But there is a small, very small disadvantage to that. That is, if anybody sees the watch at all, there will be a warning sign and the alarm will go off to the sound of Friday by She Black, whose music we do not speak of. So the Dark Lord disappears in a puff of purple smoke, and Mark is, you know, just left there standing with the watch in his hand. So he presses it and he goes through this weird time-lapse starry night sky tunnel thing, and he gets to an era where he kind of assumes it's the medieval era, because everybody's wearing poofy dresses and all that stuff. You know, he's looking around and he's already in, you know, like pretty much Robin Hood clothing. And then he suddenly kind of sees this poster, and on the poster it says, the concert hall this afternoon, opening band, the Steel Roses, baby. He suddenly realizes, the Steel Roses, I have to go and get something that is to do with the Steel Roses. He quickly runs to the hall with a watch as the compass. He gets there and then he is meted by the sign that says sold out. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Mark looks to the door and there are 2 guards standing there, really big, you know, like sunglasses, 6-pack guards, and then they start to approach him. He puts the watch in his pocket and then pulls his sleeves up and then ninja style whips their asses.
Everybody was
So after that, he goes in, runs into the main center of the concert hall, looks up, and there's a beautiful girl singing a song. And in her hair, there's a steel rose. Without knowing what to do, Mark runs up to the stage, climbs up, and is about to grab the steel rose from her hair. The girl is suddenly shocked. She screams. And the crowd just stops. The music stops. Everything is silent. Look, I know you don't know who I am, but I really need the steel rose which is in your hair. So just give it to me, baby. Okay. Thanks. Well, you know, I come from the future and stuff, right? I mean, you know, I need this. There's a purpose. You know, I'm not stalking you or anything. Yeah, I know. So Mark turns around slowly and starts to walk off the stage. Suddenly, there's a loud bang. He turns around and is confronted by the one and only Neo. He looks down at his chest. He's been shot. He looks at Neo and Neo says, I'm the one, Mark. Neo is the one. He collapses to the floor. How can this be? He's come so far. He's had to wear these tights. He only wanted to go to the earth. In another puff of purple smoke, he suddenly appears in the arms of the Dark Lord. You are such a drama queen, says the Dark Lord. Mark suddenly looks up at the Dark Lord, looks at his chest. He's alive. How can this be? The Dark Lord says, the first thing is that obviously I'm the Dark Lord, and obviously the story isn't going to end like this, is it? Because no kind of fantasy story ends like this. Secondly, the watch was in your pocket, your chest pocket. The bullet kind of, you know, catapulted off of the watch. You know, the watch saved your life. See, look, here's a dent. There's a dent in the watch. You know, the watch saved your life. You know, irony. In his hand, Mark could feel the steel rose, and he smiles. He looks at the Dark Lord, and the Dark Lord smiles. And with a spontaneous moment, Mark told the Dark Lord that they should have a dance battle to celebrate because he is so happy. And the Dark Lord said he could whip Mark's ass any day of the time with a dance battle. And so they danced.